Empty streets, run-down buildings, and closed businesses. The signs of a looming recession are all around. Nowhere are they more visible than in West Virginia, one of the poorest states in America.
The economic slowdown has forever changed the landscape of many cities across the United States. Closed down factories have become permanent eyesores. And as U.S. companies look for cheap labor abroad, many Americans have lost their jobs at home.
And it's not only West Virginia, the whole of the United States is feeling the pangs of a weakening economy. It is the American economy and not the war in Iraq, which is now the #1 issue on the election campaign trail. Crisis is the word that everyone is thinking, but no one is saying.
The question is not whether the U.S. will go into a recession or not. It may or may not. But the question is how quickly can it come out of the current slump, whether you call it a recession or not.
But for now, there are few signs of improvement. The first signs of the current crisis was the housing slump, the biggest since the Great Depression. More than 240,000 properties are heading for repossession. Real estate prices have hit rock bottom. At best, many are watching their homes lose value at an alarming rate. At worst, many Americans have lost their homes.
I'm in a homeless situation. I stay in the shelter right down the street at Franklin. I thank God for that until I can do better.
Rising food prices also have people counting their pennies at the grocery store.
Well, generally I eat out a lot, so now I'm cooking a lot.
Prices at the gas pump have also reached record highs, and many say that's just the beginning. With such a grim forecast, Americans have no choice but to start getting creative in order to meet their budgets.
Well, basically we've just been cutting back on driving, starting to ride our bikes more, starting to do that kind of thing. Just alternate means of transportation is big for us right now.
And so is for many other Americans.
High gas prices are prompting consumers to look for alternative modes of transportation. More and more people are turning to scooters and small motorcycles. The main reason why, they tend to burn less.
Sales of scooters rose 24% in the first quarter of this year.
When the gas prices probably reach the $4.25 a gallon range, well, they'll be flying off the floor and we won't be able to keep them in stock, which would be good for us. There are a lot of people who, instead of buying a second car, are now considering buying a scooter instead as their second vehicle.
Christian Duval says his scooter saves him a lot of money and is quite practical.
I went from $170 a month to $30 a month, and that's definitely a major saving.
Cutting back on big purchases such as cars might be a temporary solution, but experts say it will take at least a couple of years before the U.S. economy starts to recover. For American consumers, this means things are likely to get much worse before they get any better. Anna Moya, Russia Today, Washington.